5 smart replies that shut anyone up. Stoicism, Stoic philosophy. Have you ever wished you knew exactly what to say when someone insults you, criticizes you, or tries to embarrass you in front of others? Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for more timeless Stoic wisdom that helps you become mentally stronger, emotionally calmer, and impossible to manipulate. Now imagine this. Someone raises their voice at you. They expect you to react. They want to see anger, frustration, or fear in your eyes. They believe they have already won because they control your emotions. But what if your response was so calm, so intelligent, and so unexpected that it immediately took away their power? That is exactly what the Stoics mastered. The greatest Stoic philosophers, including Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, understood that the strongest person in any conversation is not the loudest. It is the one who remains in control of himself. Today, you'll discover 5 powerful Stoic replies that don't rely on insults or revenge. Instead, they demonstrate confidence, wisdom, and emotional mastery. These replies don't just silence arguments, they reveal inner strength. Let's begin. Reply number 1. You're entitled to your opinion. When someone criticizes you harshly, the natural instinct is to defend yourself. You want to prove them wrong. You want the last word. The Stoics taught the opposite. Epictetus reminded us that we cannot control what others think, only how we respond. When someone says, "You'll never succeed," or "You're not good enough," calmly respond, "You're entitled to your opinion." This response is powerful because it refuses to enter their emotional battlefield. You're acknowledging that they have a right to think what they want, but you're also making it clear that their opinion does not determine your worth. Most people expect resistance. They prepare for an argument. Instead, they meet someone who is completely unshaken. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the best revenge is not to become like the person who wronged you. When you refuse to argue, you protect your peace. Remember, not every opinion deserves your energy. Reply number 2. Maybe you're right. At first, this reply sounds weak. But in reality, it is incredibly powerful. Imagine someone says, "You always make mistakes." Instead of immediately defending yourself, simply say, "Maybe you're right." Why is this so effective? Because you remove the fuel from the conflict. People often argue because they want resistance. When there is no resistance, the argument dies. Seneca believed that wise people welcome correction because they care more about truth than pride. If the criticism is true, you learn something. If it's false, time will reveal the truth. Either way, your peace remains untouched. The Stoic does not fear being imperfect. The Stoic fears losing self-control. Reply number 3. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. This response surprises almost everyone. When someone speaks harshly, they expect anger. Instead, respond politely. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Notice what happens. You don't insult them. You don't attack them. You simply acknowledge what they said without accepting it as truth. This demonstrates emotional maturity. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that difficult people act according to what they believe is right. Instead of hating them, he chose understanding. A calm response often exposes the other person's emotional instability. Silence mixed with kindness is incredibly difficult to defeat. Reply number 4. I don't need to prove myself. One of the greatest lessons in Stoicism is that your value does not depend on other people's approval. Many people spend their lives trying to convince others that they're successful, intelligent, attractive, or important. The Stoics refuse to play this game. If someone says, "You'll never be successful," smile and calmly reply, "I don't need to prove myself." Those few words communicate enormous confidence. Your life will speak louder than your arguments ever could. Success is demonstrated, not debated. Strong people build. Weak people boast. Every minute spent arguing is a minute not spent improving. Let your actions become your answer. Reply number 5. Have a wonderful day. This may be the most powerful reply of all. Imagine someone insults you. Instead of returning the insult, you calmly smile and say, "Have a wonderful day." This is not sarcasm. It is genuine emotional freedom. You've decided that no one else controls your attitude. You've chosen peace over pride. Marcus Aurelius believed that every morning we should expect to meet rude, selfish, and unreasonable people. Not because the world is evil, but because understanding human nature helps us stay prepared. If you already expect difficult people, they can no longer surprise you. Your calm becomes your greatest strength. Reply number 6. I refuse to let anger decide for me. When someone tries to provoke you, remember that anger is often exactly what they want. A calm response takes away their power. You can simply say, "I refuse to let anger decide for me." This tells the other person that your emotions are not under their control. Marcus Aurelius believed that every moment of anger steals a moment of wisdom. By refusing to react emotionally, you demonstrate true strength. People who control themselves are always stronger than those who try to control others. Reply number 7. My peace is worth more than this argument. Some arguments are not worth winning. They only waste your time and disturb your mind. Calmly respond, "My peace is worth more than this argument." This reply shows maturity. It reminds both you and the other person that inner peace is more valuable than proving a point. The Stoics believe that tranquility is one of life's greatest treasures. Protect it at all costs. Reply number 8. Time will reveal the truth. When someone falsely accuses you or spreads rumors, resist the urge to defend yourself immediately. Instead, say, "Time will reveal the truth." Truth has a way of exposing itself. Lies require constant effort to maintain, but truth stands on its own. Seneca taught that a person of virtue does not panic when misunderstood because character is revealed over time, not in a single conversation. Reply number 9. I choose wisdom over winning. Many people believe they must win every debate. Stoicism teaches something different. Reply with, "I choose wisdom over winning." This response shifts your focus from defeating someone else to improving yourself. Winning an argument means little if you lose your character. A wise person values understanding more than applause. Reply number 10. I wish you well. Perhaps nothing surprises an angry person more than genuine kindness. Simply say, "I wish you well." These words are not a sign of weakness, they are a sign of freedom. You refuse to carry bitterness in your heart. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that every person acts according to what they know. Instead of hatred, choose compassion. Reply number 11. Your words cannot define me. People will always have opinions about who you are. Respond calmly. Your words cannot define me. Your identity is built by your actions, your values, and your character, not by someone else's opinion. Epictetus taught that only you have the power to determine your worth. Never hand that power to another person. Reply number 12. I have nothing to prove. Confident people rarely feel the need to convince others of their value. Say, "I have nothing to prove." This simple sentence reflects quiet confidence. The Stoics believe that excellence speaks for itself. Let your work, integrity, and discipline become your loudest argument. Reply number 13. Let's end this conversation here. There comes a time when continuing a conversation only creates more conflict. Calmly say, "Let's end this conversation here." Walking away from unnecessary conflict is not defeat. It is wisdom. Every minute spent arguing with unreasonable people is a minute stolen from your own growth and happiness. Reply number 14. I will focus on what I can control. The foundation of Stoicism is understanding what lies within your control. Respond. I will focus on what I can control. You cannot control another person's behavior, but you can control your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. That is where true power lives. Reply number 15. Silence is my final answer. Sometimes the strongest reply is no reply at all. After listening respectfully, simply remain silent and walk away. Silence often says more than words ever could. It shows confidence, discipline, and emotional mastery. Not every insult deserves an answer. Not every critic deserves your attention. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the best way to respond to those who seek to disturb us is to continue living with virtue and dignity. When your life reflects wisdom, kindness, and self-control, your character becomes the answer that no argument can defeat. Remember this: the strongest person in the room is not the one who speaks the loudest. It is the one who has mastered himself. Reply number 16. I won't carry this negativity with me. Not every harsh word deserves a place in your heart. When someone speaks to you with anger, bitterness, or disrespect, you can calmly reply, I won't carry this negativity with me. This simple statement reflects one of the greatest Stoic principles: you are responsible for what you allow into your mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote that your mind takes the shape of the thoughts you choose to entertain. If you carry every insult, every criticism, and every act of disrespect, you give strangers control over your inner world. The Stoic chooses differently. He leaves negativity where it belongs, with the person who created it. Walking away from emotional poison is not avoidance. It is wisdom. Reply number 17. Your actions speak more than your words. Many people make loud accusations, harsh judgments, or empty promises. Instead of arguing, simply say, your actions speak more than your words. This reply shifts attention from emotion to reality. Stoicism teaches us to judge people by what they consistently do, not merely by what they say. Anyone can make bold claims in the heat of the moment, but character is revealed through daily actions. Likewise, let your own actions become your response. You don't need to announce your integrity. Live it. Reply number 18. I'm still learning every day. One of the wisest responses to criticism is humility. If someone points out a mistake or tries to embarrass you, calmly reply, I'm still learning every day. This is not admitting defeat. It is embracing growth. Epictetus taught that only fools believe they already know everything. The wise person remains a lifelong student. Every mistake can become a lesson. Every setback can become a teacher. Every criticism, whether fair or unfair, can strengthen your character if you respond with wisdom instead of pride. Reply number 19. I choose respect, even when others don't. Disrespect is contagious, unless someone decides to stop it. Be that person. Calmly respond, I choose respect, even when others don't. This reply demonstrates true emotional discipline. The Stoics believed that your character should never depend on someone else's behavior. If another person becomes rude, that is their choice. Your choice is whether you respond with dignity or sink to the same level. Respect is not something you give because others deserve it. It is something you give because it reflects who you are. Reply number 20. Nothing you say can take away my character. This may be the ultimate Stoic reply. When someone insults your appearance, your success, your failures, or your past, simply say, nothing you say can take away my character. Everything in life can be lost: money, possessions, status, even opportunities. But your character remains yours unless you willingly surrender it. Marcus Aurelius believed that virtue is the greatest possession anyone can have. No insult can steal it. No criticism can destroy it. No enemy can remove it. The only person capable of damaging your character is you. So guard it carefully. Respond with wisdom. Respond with patience. Respond with courage. Because when your character remains strong, no argument can defeat you, no insult can define you, and no critic can control your life. That is the true power of Stoicism. It is not about winning arguments. It is about becoming the kind of person who no longer needs to. The hidden Stoic secret. All replies share one powerful principle. They protect your inner peace. Most people think winning means defeating another person. Stoicism teaches that the real victory is defeating your own anger, pride, and fear. Anyone can shout. Anyone can insult. Anyone can lose control. Very few people can remain calm under pressure. That is real strength. Every difficult conversation is an opportunity to practice self-mastery. Every insult is a test. Every criticism is a chance to become wiser. The next time someone tries to provoke you, remember these 5 replies. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to win every argument. You only need to protect your character. Because your character is the one possession no one can take from you. Final thoughts. The Stoics believe that peace is earned through discipline, not circumstance. The world will always contain difficult people. There will always be criticism, disrespect, misunderstandings, and conflict. But your response is always your choice. Choose wisdom over ego. Choose patience over anger. Choose silence over unnecessary arguments. When you master your emotions, you become impossible to manipulate. And that is one of the greatest forms of freedom a person can ever achieve. If this message inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear these Stoic lessons today. Tell us in the comments, which of these 5 Stoic replies do you think is the most powerful, and why? Until next time, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: your peace begins the moment you stop giving other people control over your mind. Stay wise, stay calm, and keep practicing the Stoic way of life.